Coming up on NCC News at 4, today is the anniversary of the Deepwater Horizon oil rig explosion and a look into legally painting walls.
Also, a congressional hearing right here in Syracuse today. Lee Isaacson will be live with the latest. All that and more as NCC News at 4 starts now.
Thank you for joining us for NCC News at 4. I'm Alyssa Raymond.
And I'm Lisa Pappas. Congresswoman Anne-Marie Buerkle is meeting with local companies right now in downtown Syracuse. She's a representative of the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, and she's holding 2 hearings here today.
Another meeting was in Iroquois this morning, and NCC's Lee Isaacson is live at the hearing at the Southside Innovation Center in Syracuse right now. 3 panels of people will represent local businesses, agriculture, and local government. Lee, what does Congresswoman Buerkle expect to learn from these businesses today?
The meeting will continue and should last until 6 o'clock tonight. This is the first congressional meeting Anne-Marie Buerkle has held in her district since she began 3 months ago.
And the Syracuse Police Department is teaming up with the U.S. Army. When young people stop working in the Army and start in the corporate world, the PAYS program will set them up with an interview. It started 3 months ago and is already growing. Captain James Kehoe says the program gives opportunities to high school students who may not be able to become police officers otherwise.
They'll say, I want to be a state police officer. Right. There's age requirements, so someone out of high school can't apply for the state police. But we can put that into your contract as they're a PAYS partner that you would like to be interviewed as you get out.
Kehoe says ex-Army members can receive jobs right away. Hiring ex-soldiers participating companies can be confident they're hiring men and women with a good work ethic. Well, from new jobs to new buildings, if you've been around SUNY Upstate Medical Center recently, you've probably noticed a new renovations in the works. That huge crane on South Krause Avenue is where a $72 million research facility will soon be. Communications Director Daryl Geddes says this facility should open in the spring of 2013. Another new facility will open in September of the same year. This one you can't see from the street. The renovations are happening underground, and it will be the Upstate Cancer Center that cost $74 million. And some facilities in Syracuse are winning awards for their design. Onondaga County is one of 10 top green communities in the nation. That's according to an announcement made this morning by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Syracuse's Donna Adamone says they have done some unique green projects surrounding the collection of rainwater and cleaning up Onondaga Lake. She says Onondaga County is about 8 years above the curve and has become an example for other cities.
Retail gas prices have not stopped rising. Today, the national average has reached $3.82 for a gallon of regular, and the average price of gas across New York is even higher than the national average. And $4.22 is the highest price in our area for a gallon of regular. Visit our website at nccnewsonline.com for more information about where you can find the cheapest gas in our area. Now here's a look at the lowest gas prices in our area. Delta Sonic is at $3.80 per gallon of regular. You can also find that same price at Quick Fill, and for a penny more at SKJ Gas Mart. With these gas prices, it may cost more to drive to summer camp, but kids will be able to play games like kickball, tag, and Red Rover again. State officials had said these were too dangerous, but now they're saying they're no longer risky enough to ban from day camps. A 2009 law had proposed to regulate games that would risk injury for children. The Department of Health will continue to work on safety regulations, but the focus will now be on a potentially dangerous conditions rather than banning specific games. 13 years to develop a potato. Yes, that's really how long it took. Cornell University has just released 2 new varieties of potatoes. The local chip company, Terrell's, gets all its potatoes from central New York. We spoke with Terrell's, who said they have not thought about using the new variety of potatoes for their chips just yet. And it's been raining for days. And with those thunderstorms last night, Gene Wexler is out on the patio with our first look at the weather. Gene, what is going on out there?
Well, Lisa, right now, you know, the rain was on a couple minutes ago. It's off now. I got my umbrella just in case.
NCC News would now like to make a correction to an error made in a story aired on March 30th. The story was regarding Operation Safe Stop, a program to stop drivers from passing stopped school buses. A statistic stated that 50,000 drivers pass a school bus every day in New York. The correct statistic is 50,000 drivers a year pass a stopped school bus. NCC News apologizes for that error.
In a story that aired on April 22nd, NCC News also incorrectly attributed last month's fatal bus crashes to the Quality Coach Lines bus company. That was obviously not the case, and we apologize for the mistake.
And a music competition is coming to Syracuse, and there's still time to sign up, but the instruments are not allowed.
Coming up, we'll show you how Syracuse is giving people legal spots to paint graffiti.
And NCC News' Nick Gibson tried his hand at rapping. After the break, we'll show you his debut music video. Arts and entertainment and the arts, together they create fun. And here's a look into what is going on in our area. So it's spring break for the kids, and you are still working, but wouldn't you like to relive the times when you were back in the classroom? Well, the Everson Art Museum is still running the Allion Memories of Elementary School exhibit. Allion's exhibit consists of desks and chairs created to remind you of your childhood. The exhibit is running through the first week in June. And looking back into your childhood again, can you recall a time when all you wanted to do was take your Crayola crayon and continue your drawing on the kitchen wall? Or how about wanting to write your name in a special place in hopes of returning years later to see your artwork still intact? While engravings and markings on walls date back to the ancient Greek and Roman times. Today, we know this craft as graffiti, and we will show you how graffiti is making its way back to becoming a respectable art form right here in Syracuse. Syracuse is using art to bring communities together, and the executive director of the Collaborative Laboratory hopes to unite local artists with nationally renowned artists to turn Syracuse into a living museum. And Syracuse is not only becoming a museum of art, it's also getting artsy with the music scene. Many great shows are performed at the Westcott Theater, and tonight there is a Sublime tribute concert. And later this week, strumming strings on a guitar creates music. But what does strumming air create? Well, you can find out this Friday at Syracuse's first annual air guitar competition beginning at 8 p.m. at the Red House. The winners can gain entry to the U.S. Air Guitar Regional Championship in Boston. And now that we have given you a brief report of the art scene in Syracuse, NCC has a rapport for you. Our own Nick Gibson shows us around the city we thought we knew well. As Nick finds out, Syracuse sounds a little different with the soundtrack.
That was Nick Gibson, Snuggie and all. And if you missed a rhyme, you can watch the video again at nccnewsonline.com. Just search for Nick Gibson. Today marks the one-year anniversary of the Gulf oil spill. Coming up, we'll tell you how BP has restructured for safety and risk management concerns. And lots going on at the airports. The latest about air traffic controllers and some good news that may have you waiting less at the Tamarack.
Relatives of the men who died during BP's oil spill will fly over the Gulf of Mexico today. It's been 1 year to the day since BP's deepwater drilling burst into flames and killed 11 workers. Vigils are scheduled to take place in the states surrounding the Gulf. The disaster leaked 206 gallons of oil, making it the worst offshore oil spill in the nation's history. BP launched a video on its website saying how the company has restructured for safety and risk management concerns.
Looking to the future, it also explains the changes we're making in BP today to put safety and risk management at the heart of everything we do.
From underwater to in the air, many controllers have been causing problems across the country. Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano says it's important for the FAA to investigate what's going on with the air traffic community. Several controllers have been suspended for sleeping on the job. Despite these issues, Napolitano says this does not give terrorists a better opportunity to attack. But some good news for flyers. You may not have to wait so long for an international flight to take off after boarding your plane. Federal officials are prohibiting airlines from holding passengers on planes for more than 4 hours. Similar regulations already apply for domestic flights. Coming up, an after-school boxing program for children, keeping them off the streets by bringing them into the ring.
And prom season is right around the corner. Find out how one senior is sure she will not be wearing the same dress as anyone else.
With the recent successes of mixed martial arts, the sport of boxing has seen a dramatic decline in fan support. But here in Syracuse, the next miniature Muhammad Ali might be among us. The Syracuse North Area Gym puts on an after-school boxing program for children in an effort to keep them off the streets by bringing them into the ring. NCC News reporter Kenny Connolly took a ride to the North Area Gym to check out this after-school program that's teaching kids more than just how to throw a punch. That was NCC News reporter Kenny Connolly. If you'd like to find out more about programs like this one, visit our website at nccnewsonline.com.
Our 440 team has been hard at work to bring you the latest stories. Samantha Lavian is up in the newsroom right now. Sam, what should our viewers stay tuned for?
Well, coming up at 4:40, we'll have more from Congresswoman Ann Marie Buerkel's federal hearing. Lee Isaacson will bring us a live update, plus some changes to the terror alert system. We'll tell you why you won't be seeing those color-coded alert signs much longer. And SU Lacrosse takes home a trophy. Our NCC News reporter Matt D'Angelantonio will have a full sports update. And we'll have your full weather forecast, all coming up at 4:40.
Drama surrounding high school dances usually has to deal with what dresses girls are going to wear.
Coming up, we'll tell you about a dress a senior from Wisconsin is wearing and how it might not be too late for you to make your own. One senior doesn't have to worry about having the same dress as someone else at her high school for prom. Her mom, Karen Frey, is making her dress out of Starburst candy wrappers.
After 6 years of work and 5 failed attempts, the dress is finally finished. Frey's not sure how many of the little candies it took, but would buy 20 pounds from the store at a time.
Frey says she called Starbursts to see if she could just buy the wrappers, but the company told her no.
So did you make yours out of Starburst wrappers? What was your prom dress like?
I did not. Mine was off-white. It wasn't as colorful, unfortunately.
Well, that does it for NCC News at 4. I'm Melissa Raymond.
And I'm Lisa Pappas. NCC News at 4:40 starts in just 10 minutes.